Figen Murray, whose son was killed in the Manchester Arena bombing, is campaigning for tighter laws around terrorism. Martyn's Law, named after her son, would see staff given counter-terror training, increased electronic security and detailed risk analyses.
Well, Figen joins us now. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Talk today. Can you tell us a little bit more about your proposal to the government, Figen?
Yeah, hi, good morning. Yeah, we are basically suggesting that Martyn's Law is brought in, which is basically that we're asking staff at venues to have a 45-minute counterterrorism training course that they do that. It's online and it's free of charge. It would cost 1 hour staff wages. We also ask that venues do a risk assessment inside and outside the building. And then if anything is identified as a risk, that they eliminate the risk. We're asking that people have a counterterrorism action plan and inform staff so that every member of staff knows what to do in case of an attack, where to either evacuate themselves, their clients, customers, and themselves and everybody else, either evacuate or evacuate if need be. And finally, for the bigger venues, that the local authorities work with the premises. That's basically Martyn's Law in a nutshell.
And of course, you've been campaigning for so long now, haven't you? I think 6 years, you're coming into the 7th anniversary of your campaign. And then, of course, we saw the attack in Moscow at the Crocus Hall. That must have brought back some horrendous memories and thoughts for you.
It completely did. It really, really unsettled me, and it made me realise that the trauma we've gone through is only a thin membrane away from it all coming back when something else happens. All my memories came back very vividly. But, it just shows that actually globally, terrorism is an issue. It isn't just restricted to the UK, obviously. And unfortunately, when these attacks happen abroad, they have a knock-on effect on the UK as well and the rest of the world, really.
And Figen, the proposals that you've put forward seem very simple and effective, also cost-effective as well. Has there been any pushback from the government, or certainly why has it taken nearly 7 years now for them to actually put this kind of process into place?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's several reasons, really, because first of all, we've had COVID, so that delayed it quite a bit. But obviously, behind the scenes negotiations with the Home Office continued. Even during COVID, we were working on this. The campaign's been 5 years, but in those 5 years, as I said, we had COVID, we had a change in government. We've had, in that 5-6 year period of the campaign, we've had 4 prime ministers, 3 home secretaries and 6 security ministers. So these processes had to be kind of almost gone through over and over again. But, we're getting to the latter end of it. The other reason is that I think to bring in legislation in the UK, don't know how it is in other countries, but it seems a very lengthy, drawn out process that's steeped in traditional rituals that, obviously Britain is proud of, but it makes things very, very slow. It feels like treacle, actually.
I'm sure it does, but you have achieved so much. We're now in the final stages, actually, of the consultation into the new laws, and the Home Office actually then goes further to say they're grateful to you and the Martyn's Law campaign for their support in the development of the vital reform, and they have reaffirmed their commitment to improving the security of public venues in the King's Speech. This will become law, I have no doubt about it. When it does become law, will it be a day to celebrate, a small celebration?
Well, obviously, yes, because it isn't just that it's the end of the campaign and we've worked so hard. It started as a six months online campaign for me personally, but it actually is now, it's become a full-time job. I work on this every day, all day. And, I'm very committed to it, and so is the campaign team. But the celebration is more about the fact, not that we've got the legislation, but it will actually save lives in the long run. And that is the most important thing, really, for us.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Figen Murray there. And I remember your campaign for Be More Martyn, and I certainly took that to heart.
Congratulations.
Thank you.